Hello and welcome. This is MPPP1213 Technology and Media Design course for postgraduate students, University Technology Malaysia. In this course, we are going to talk about multimedia elements. We are going to talk about graphics, quality, types, and so on. And then we will move on to learn about Adobe Photoshop CS6. This course is actually one of the courses in the master program in University Technology Malaysia. And this is Hassan Mahmoud Abu Hasna, and I hope you enjoy this course and please follow for more. Thank you very much.
Hello guys, today I'm actually going to start this series of classes guiding you guys through Adobe Photoshop, and I'm going to actually use Adobe Photoshop CS6 in this series. And this series we are going to start from the very basic and essentials to eventually getting into the more advanced graphic design. And I'll try my best to maintain the simplicity and to make you guys understand Photoshop very well. So actually, whether you have a background or not, it's not really important. We are going to start from the very beginning. And I understand that Photoshop might be very confusing for you to just open the interface and see all these options. However, I'll try my best to show you guys how simple and yet powerful Photoshop is. And this could be the perfect guide for someone who just starting using Adobe Photoshop. So in this class, we are going to actually learn about the interface, some effects in Adobe Photoshop, how to edit images, and how to edit text, and some basic tools and options in Adobe Photoshop. So firstly, we are going to start with the interface. I believe that the best way to understand tools and options in Photoshop is actually by using them, not explain each and every tool itself. It won't actually work this way. Let's start and create our first project by going to File and then New, and then by doing so, we will have this window here, and this is basically the window that allows you to do all the settings for your project. All right, as we can see here, there's the project name, and my advice to you is to name everything using the correct names to avoid any file losing in the future. All right, so let's go ahead and rename this project to, for example, class 1. Okay, let's explain here about the measurement. Later on, you can do whatever you want using whatever measurement or units you want to use. But for now, we are going to choose pixels simply because it's the computer measurement. And for now, we are going to use actually the standard measurement in Photoshop, and maybe we can change the resolution to 100, and that's very much it for creating the new project, and then we just go and hit OK. All right, so we have our project here, and for you as a beginner, you need to be aware of some tabs in Adobe Photoshop. For example, this right here is the layer tab, which shows us all the layers and elements that we add to our project. For example, images, text, and whatever elements you add, you will see here in the layers tab. And as you can see here, guys, all we have is only one layer with the white color. So first thing to do is to unlock this layer. As we can see here, there's a lock icon here. We can, you need to unlock this layer, which is actually give us the freedom to edit and do whatever we want in this layer. So, and it's it's locked by default when you create your own project. So let's go double click here, and then when we do that, we have this window right here, which actually gives us control upon this layer. So let's just rename the name of the layer, for example, background. And there's one more thing actually in this layer settings here, which is the color. It's by default selected to be none, but actually you can select any layer from any color from here to color your layer here. But you know, it's not for this books. It's actually only for the layer to be colored, and this actually very helpful for you in the future to be more organized. So let's go and hit, for example, green and then OK. And as you can notice here, the lock is gone and then the layer is renamed. All right, guys, so let's go back to our project. So the first thing we are going to learn here is the move tool. So the first tool that we are going to use, and this is a very, very important tool for you in Photoshop, which is the move tool. You can select the move tool by just clicking here or selecting V letter from the keyboard. And let's try out how to use this move tool. Make sure you select the background color here and then into layers tab, which is the only layer at the layers tab right now. And then we select the move tool. Then as you guys can see, we can actually move the box around. And what you see in this background, you can see these small boxes. That basically means it's transparent. And what actually transparent means that, you know, if you render out this picture right now, you would only see this box, the white box, and everything else would be, you know, transparent. So all you would see in this box, then nothing else. This background actually is transparent. So what we are going actually to do is undo that by just going to edit and undo move, or from the keyboard Control and Z. And this is actually, and you know, the best way to undo stuff if you do more than one step, because from edit undo it's just one step backward. But if you want to do more than one step, you can go Control Alt and Z, which give you the ability to go more than one step forward. So anyway, so now let's add a shape to this project. As you guys can see from the move tool here, you can select the rectangle tool. If you keep clicking and then select the rectangle tool and then simply click and drag, we will see that we have a rectangle now. All right. But as you guys can see, it's sort of like, you know, white rectangle, and you know, it's like a kind of blending in the background. So all we can see is the black outline indicating that we are selected. Because if you can see here at the layers tab, it's a rectangle. But if we select the background layer, it's just disappear. So what we are going to do is select the rectangle, and then from here, guys, this is the options for our shape here. We can simply select fill and select any color that isn't white that is going to show here in our project. So for now, if you want to move this rectangle in the middle, we can actually just select and drag anywhere in our project. So now let's say we want to rotate this rectangle. We can simply go Control and T, and this is actually the shortcut for the transform. Let's say we want to rotate this rectangle. We can guide our mouse to the corner of the rectangle here. Once the mouse shape has changed, then you can actually start rotating your rectangle. And whenever you want to go back, just Control and Z. If you want to go back more than one step, just Control, Alt, and Z. All right, guys. So let's, for example, add another thing in this in our project. For example, if I want to add text, we can simply click on the T here or T from the keyboard as well, and then write whatever text you want to write. All right, and then click to the move tool, and then uh, uh, move your text anywhere in the project, and then whatever goes to the rectangle or any shape goes to the text as well. For example, if I want to resize this text, simply go to Control and T, which is the shortcut for transform, and then double click to apply this effect. All right. So I guess that's it for the interface. Let's move on and discuss about the effects. What effects that we can apply. All right, guys. So as we can see here now, we have 3 layers in the layer tab. And this is actually very important for you to understand how layers work. If I click and drag the background at the top of all layers, everything would disappear. Why? Simply because this background covered all layers. So if I took it down once again, we will start to see our project again, because this actually, the background needs to be at the bottom of all layers all the time. All right, so okay, so let's go apply some effects in our, for example, in our rectangle first. And how we are going to do that, just right click from the your mouse, and then go to blending options. Once you click blending options, you will get this window here. Once you select blending options, you will get this window, which has a lot of options and features that you can apply to your shape or text. For example, let's go add some drop shadow to our rectangle here. Once you click drop shadow, you can actually control the color of the shadow. For example, let's select another color, and then OK, and then to make it more clear, I'm going to change the size of the shadow. We can see here, guys, this is the shadow behind the rectangle. Let's take it back to the black, and then OK, we can see the shadow for this rectangle. We can control the size, we can control the spread, distance, and everything that is related to the shadow. All right, so what if we want to add, for example, a stroke? If you select stroke from here and select the word stroke as well, you will open the stroke options here, and what actually you can do is change the size of the stroke, and you can see this is like 15. Maybe we can select 5, and then we can change the color of the stroke as well by just clicking at the stroke color, and then we pick any color we would like to. And then what else can we actually do here is change the color overlay. Color overlay, it's just another way to fill our rectangle with a color. If you select the color overlay and pick any color from this color picker, it will show directly to the rectangle. And you can actually deselect the color overlay and select the gradient overlay. We can actually apply this gradient overlay, and then we can control all the options for the gradient. For example, if I want to change this gradient color from black to any other color, we simply go to this color stop here, click on it, and then click on the color picker, and then let's go, for example, red or something, and then we select OK. This is only one side. We need to change the other side as well. You can change it by just clicking on the color, and then, for example, black or blue or whatever you would like to do. And there's actually in the gradient editor, there's actually presets that are ready that you can use by just selecting any one you would like to use and then select OK. Okay, and then selecting OK. All right, so let's go, try another effects. For example, the inner glow. We can actually add an inner glow for the shape here, and then like any other options, we can control everything that is related to the style that we actually applied. And then when you are done with this lifestyle, you can just hit OK, and then you will see everything has been applied to your shape. Let's go to the text. All right, just select the text layer and then right click from the mouse and then blending options, and everything goes the same for the text. For example, drop shadow, stroke, all right, color overlay, and whatsoever. So actually this is everything about effects, color, and how to use the effects in your project. Alright guys, so in the next video we are going to work with images, selection tools, and so on. Thank you for watching and see you guys in the next video.